The Department of Export Agriculture is the main government institution which comes under the purview of the Ministry of Agriculture and is responsible for the research and development by means of productivity, production and quality improvements of a group of perennial export agricultural crops, namely cinnamon, pepper, cardamom, clove, nutmeg, ginger, turmeric, coffee, cocoa, vanilla, betel, areca nut, citronella, and lemongrass. A significant milestone in the annals of the Department of Export Agriculture was recorded in the year 2013, exporting 57,000 metric tons of total volume of export agriculture crop products, which is worth 48 billion rupees. In line with this fruitful result, in fact, our future prospect is to export 80,000 metric tons, which is worth 100 billion rupees by 2020. Welcome to the research highlights of ASMEC 2015. Plant Sciences. Determination of economic injury levels of wood-boring moth with reference to the age of cinnamon plantations. Cinnamon wood-boring moth is considered to be the most disastrous pest in cinnamon plantations in Sri Lanka. This study revealed that considerable yield loss occurred due to cinnamon wood-boring moth after 3 to 4 years of infestation. The economic injury levels were 8 damaged bushes per 100 bushes or 10 pests per 100 bushes. Biology, abundance and pupal parasitoid of rhizome fly, a pest of ginger. Laboratory studies on the occurrence of some biological observations on ginger rhizome fly and the identification of its parasitoid were carried out. The study revealed that the pupal period lasted for 13 to 17 days and the adult period lasted from 14 to 21 days. Trichopria species was identified as pupal parasitoid in Sri Lanka as first record. Feasibility of planting ginger during off-season in low-country intermediate zone of Sri Lanka. Traditional ginger planting period is from March to June of the year, and the harvesting period is from December to April. During the harvesting period, farm gate price of ginger is drastically reduced due to heavy supply. Hence, the experiment was conducted to find feasibility of ginger planting during off-season. The results assured that ginger can be field planted in October, off-season, and cultivated under supplementary irrigation practices. Clustering pattern of selected black pepper cultivars in Sri Lanka based on morphological, chemical, and yield characteristics. The objective of the study was clustering of 8 local cultivars, 2 introduced cultivars, Panur 1 and Kuching, based on morphological, chemical, and yield characters. The results showed that dendrogram was mainly consisted of 3 clusters. Cluster 1 was consisted of only Kuching. Panur 1 and local selection IW5 formed the 3rd cluster. Cluster 2 was formed by the rest 7 local cultivars, namely MW18, MW21, GK49, KW30, KW3 and KW33. Soil and plant nutrition. Comparison of some soil properties in cinnamon growing soils selected from high and low yield level cultivations in the Mathura district. The study was undertaken to examine the relationship of soil, chemical, physical and biological properties with low and high yield cinnamon plantations. The yield was significantly and positively correlated with electric conductivity, available nitrogen, exchangeable potassium, and available sulfur. However, soil bulk density, pH, organic carbon, and total nitrogen were not significant. All biological components tested were negatively correlated with the yield. Effects of cover crops on soil moisture content and early growth of black pepper. 3 cover crops, namely Arachis pintoi, Mucuna bracteata, and Desmodium ovulifolium, were evaluated in a young black pepper growing field to determine the effects on the growth of young pepper vines and soil moisture dynamics. Results assured that growing Arachis pintoi and Desmodium ovulifolium can significantly enhance the shoot and leaf growth of young pepper vines and help to increase the soil moisture retention. Behaviors of soil intervertebrates in cinnamon ecosystem under different crop management practices. The diversity and abundance of soil intervertebrates in cinnamon lands under different agronomic operations were investigated. Slash weeding was determined as the best practice as it increased beneficial soil intervertebrates such as saprophagus, microphagus, and carnivorous, facilitating recycling of nutrient in soil and natural control of pests in cinnamon. Incorporation of partially burnt paddy husk, phosphorus, and mycorrhiza to enhance potting media for propagation of pepper. The experiment was conducted to investigate the effect of different potting media on nursery stage growth. The potting media consisting of topsoil, well-decomposed cattle manure, river sand, coir dust, and partially burnt paddy husk at the volumetric ratio of 2 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 3, with 75 grams of Glomus mosaic inoculums and Epavala rock phosphate, enhance the root and shoot growth compared to the existing department potting media recommendation. Post-harvest technology. Performance evaluation of a newly designed ginger peeler for bleached ginger production. A new machine was developed to remove skin of ginger rhizomes to produce bleached ginger. The best peeling performance for local ginger and Chinese ginger was shown as 103 RPM for 15 minutes and at 103 RPM for 10 minutes respectively, and the capacity of the peeler was 15 to 20 kilograms per hour. Assessment of oil yield and oil quality in cinnamon leaves under different severity levels of two types of leaf galls. Changes in cinnamon leaf oil quantity and oil quality under upper and lower leaf gall infestation were investigated. According to the results, both infestations significantly caused the reduction of the cinnamon leaf oil yield. Lower leaf gall infestations significantly caused the reduction of the eugenol content, while the upper leaf gall infestation significantly increased cinnamaldehyde content. The effect of washing and drying of cocoa seeds during processing on fat content of high-yielding cocoa cultivars in Sri Lanka. The experiment was concerned to evaluate the effects of 4 primary processing methods and 5 high-yielding cocoa cultivars on butterfat content in dried cocoa beans. After washing, sun-dried seeds showed significantly highest fat content compared to the artificial drying. Among the 5 cultivars, W55 showed the highest fat content, 58%, while WK2 has the lowest fat content, 52%. Development of green coffee powder and spice blend green coffee powder. Green coffee, which has higher chlorogenic acid content, can effect on weight reduction and well-being of the humans. The research was conducted to develop green coffee powder and spice blend green coffee powder. Arabica green coffee was preferred when compared to Robusta green coffee and blend of Arabica and Robusta. Incorporation of spices such as cinnamon, ginger, and cardamom could improve the organoleptic properties of the green coffee brew. Success of seasoning of Kithul inflorescences in Sri Lanka. A questionnaire survey was conducted to identify the degree of success of seasoning Kithul inflorescences and to identify associations between success and 17 other independent variables. Results showed that only 23% respondents achieved over 80% success, and a significant relationship was observed between success of seasoning and tapping duration, daily sap yield, usage of seasoning mixtures alone, and experiences of tappers. Poster presentation. Effect of mechanical harvesting on regeneration of true cinnamon in Sri Lanka. Olacaspis vitis and Pseudolacaspis cockerelli, common armored scales of Loranthus species, parasitic on spice and other crops in Sri Lanka. Effect of different fertilizer rates and green manure on the yield of ginger under coconut in low country intermediate zone. Comparative study on solubilization of tricalcium phosphate by phosphate solubilizing bacteria isolated from rhizosphere soil of cinnamon and pepper cultivations. Liming effect on some soil properties in cinnamon growing soils. An incubation study. Determination of microbial quality and quantity of stored cinnamon quills. We trust that you enjoyed the research highlights of ASMEC 2015. Thank you for your attention.